Yeah, I think
You're getting a cat.
I think
You are live.
We are live? All right, cool. Hi, everybody. We're live.
Oh, boy.
We got the wide screen going. We got the wide
All right already.
Welcome to Tuesday Night with Tony. It's the Hicksville Class of '88 reunion. Woo! Woo! Wow. What the hell?
Sorry.
We're going to have a lot of fun here. We're going to talk about some of the old days, hanging out with some old friends. First, right next to me, we got Joe Gonzalez.
How are you?
Joe, the camera's over there.
I see it.
It's that little black dot right there.
It's a security cam.
Yes, it is. You should be good with those.
Back there's the smoothest guy in our class. That's Charlie Knapp back there.
Yes, absolutely. Yo.
The current sexiest guy in our class, Joe Horvath there. Look at him. Come on, give us a little. Come on, show us.
Okay, it's okay.
Look in the back there. It's John Fable.
Santa Claus?
Grizzly Adam. It's Grant.
Apparently John growing a beard is like a big deal. I don't know what that's about. Chris Savini is here.
Oh, yeah.
Big bull!
And now what's your official title? The president of the committee? Is that what's your the man who's putting together our reunion, our 30th reunion this summer? That's George Koutsoubis over there.
The head chairperson.
The head chairperson.
And nobody clapped for George. Everybody else got a reaction.
I got a phone call. I'm sorry.
Robin Mursky is watching, and she said, "Hi, boys."
Hey!
Hi.
Robin Mursky. Robin, we were trying to get Robin here, but she said she would giggle too much.
She's unavailable.
Unavailable. She's full of shit.
She hates you all.
Hi, Robin. All right, so first question, before we get into anything, just as we were going live here, right, we were asking Joe Gonzalez, the Joe Gonzalez, why is he not on Facebook? Joe, why are you not on Facebook, Joe? Joe's wanted.
I got too much to hide.
Oh, Joe's a badass.
He's afraid of deportation. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I got it. It was my inner voice. Now you
Who's Matteo Mongali?
Oh,
Matt Mongelli. Matt Mongelli.
He said, "High school reunion or AARP commercial?"
Wow.
Well, he can call it whatever he wants because he's older than us. So
I didn't get my card yet. If that's, I still got a few more years.
Chris has a card with a rainbow on it.
Yes.
And a unicorn.
Hey.
You know what I'm going to ask Joe? Joe was one of my oldest and dearest friends. What? Kindergarten, probably, right? Probably?
Yeah, at least at second grade. I moved in.
Oh, is that when you moved
yeah,
in?
I moved in
Second
around second grade, yeah.
All right, so I don't even remember that.
We were bouncing around, best friends over there on the side
Yeah,
of the town.
Joe and his brother and John Donovan and all those guys.
John, yeah.
But, so one question I'm going to ask is, how was your mom?
She's awesome, thank you.
Your mom was awesome. All these memories of her singing.
Yes.
Even her speaking voice is
Yes.
beautiful. I love your mom.
Yeah.
Where is she?
She is, she lives in Medford now.
Okay.
She's doing
Still
good.
singing?
Once in a while, she
Nice.
doesn't do what she used to, but she still does it. You know?
All right. I'd love to hear some of Yvonne Gonzalez singing.
Yeah, she's still making her CDs and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Where would you find that? Amazon?
No,
iTunes?
Not like that.
Joe doesn't know because he's not on Facebook.
Who thinks Joe Gonzalez should be on Facebook?
Too much.
Why won't you get on Facebook? See, we can all keep in touch with each other. I talk to these guys all the time. Well, Charlie doesn't accept my friend request. We've only had him for like 3 years. He's too busy eating. He's too busy eating croissants. Croissants, not donuts. He's a state trooper. He eats croissants.
Yes, troopers are much more.
Whole wheat.
Whole week.
And neither Gonzalez brother is on Facebook, right? Dave's not on there either, right?
I wouldn't know. I'm actually thinking about going on.
Ooh!
I think, buddy, you know, you gotta get rid of your flip phone. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't.
I think we should set this up tonight, right? During the show, we should set it up. All right.
We could start like a Jerry Lewis telethon for him.
He dances like one of Cherry's kids.
Oh, please.
It's true. I've seen it firsthand.
If you like to see Joe do the worm, just keep on commenting. And we'll
Yes,
Right here.
Just have an ambulance on standby.
Yes. Forget about it.
And Chris is another one we go back. We
Yes.
go back away. We used to
Yes.
run around a little bit together, hanging out at Sabine. What was it called?
We
Sabine.
used to run around. Is that what we did back in the day? We ran.
Well, I could.
What it looked like
I could back then. Now I just hop around. I just hop, and yeah, you rolled around.
Yes,
now
I did.
I hop around.
Yes. I did my share of rolling. Rolling.
I'll invite him.
While you're on the subject, talk about your story at the hospital.
Nah.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
greatest.
Yes.
It's the greatest story on the face of the earth.
So when we got here tonight, Chris and I were talking about the last time we saw each other was probably around 9 or 10 years ago. I was at the emergency room. I broke my foot, which I'm sure the comments will come in now. I broke my real foot. I'm in the emergency room, and there's Chris Savini. He's in the emergency room too. He can't remember what he was there for, which I find interesting. Are you there so much that you lose track? I mean, I didn't know what you were there for.
I frequent the emergency room from time to time. It's, it's a place to meet people, hang out.
Depends on how good he was.
His wife beats him up. So go ahead. We saw each other in the hospital.
So we saw each other in the hospital, and the last time I actually saw you, I think was before that was probably high school, I would think. And you had both legs.
Yes, I did have both legs.
And
in high school.
I didn't know at the time when we.
At the 10 year, I had both legs.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Well, not that I went up to you and said, "Hey, how's your leg?" Do you want to go run around the parking lot? I didn't want to.
You tried to grab the middle leg, I think.
No, that didn't happen at all. But anyway,
Thanks for clarifying.
that makes you sleep well at night, buddy. That's okay.
I think I speak for all of us when I say I sleep and dream of Chris Savini. I think we all, Go ahead.
He's all fucking whooping. That's what he's all thinking.
Oh my god.
How did this go bad so fast?
Start over.
Who's Anne Marie in your life?
Oh, that's my wife.
She said you were there for a tetanus shot.
That's right. Okay, I remember. Tell her I said thank you very much. I stepped on a rusty nail. I was taking my shed down. My mother had just sold the house in Hicksville.
Okay.
So I had to take the shed down, and I'm in the middle of taking it down. I stepped on a nail, and we didn't know whether it was rusty or not. So we said, you know what, let's just go to the hospital, get a tetanus shot. 3 hours for a fucking
I was
tetanus
going to
shot.
say, you were there longer than I was.
I was there a long time. So Anthony's in the hospital in the hallway on a gurney, and he's laying there, and he's propped up like this. And I see him, I'm like, holy shit, Tony Walker, what's going on? Of all places to see you. And we're talking and everything, and I said, so what brings you here to the hospital? He says, well, I broke my good foot. And I turned around, and that's when I said to you, I said, well, at least you still got one good leg. And you said, actually, I don't. And at this point,
It's a good leg. It's a perfectly good leg.
honestly, at this point, it's like a seed. I honestly, this is freaking me out right now. Holy shit.
It's a perfect nightstand.
I'm freaked out right now.
There's always an upside to everything, right?
Absolutely.
I would love to see you do that on the train. Like, take the train.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I should. That's a good idea.
But I didn't know at the time that you had
Surgery.
no, he had a dummy leg, not surgery.
Dummy leg.
Prosthetic, a wooden leg, whatever you
Why
want
did
to
it fall
call
down
it.
to his leg?
I don't know.
It's everything else that's a dummy and arm leg.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a mobile arm right now.
That's good. I got to use that.
So at first I was like,
Armrest.
I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I had no idea. And he's like, look. And I was like, holy shit. And it just freaked me out. And then every time we were talking, you know, when you talk to someone, you're like, yeah, and I just looked down. I kept looking down at his leg, like I couldn't stop. Like, it was like watching like a picture on the wall, and it just I just kept going to his leg. And he's still like talking to me, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. This is freaking me out right now.
You want to touch it?
No, I'm good right now. I think I touched it enough.
The third leg.
Yes, it's very hard right now. I'm good. I'll stay here. And I'll hand it over to you guys.
All right. Well. I mean, we are almost 15 minutes in. Do you want to get into the reason we're here a little bit?
Well, yeah, we're promoting the 30-year reunion.
Wow, 30 freaking years.
30 years.
Unfucking
And it's crazy.
Fast.
Because I know this meatball since kindergarten.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You used to wear your
Whole Country Road.
superheroes underoos. Remember that?
All right. You guys are fucking really creeping me out now. I really think I need to leave. What the
You
fuck?
guys are really close.
You wanted the third leg. This one's in my underwear. What the fuck?
And you thought you weren't
I
popular.
gotta go home and take a shower. I'm really creeped out. Why,
So-
wear 'em? Maybe. You'll never know.
The security blanket.
That's right.
So, yeah, 30 years. It's been 30 years. And I brought some pictures from like 40 years, 42 years
Wow.
since we left, graduated from elementary school. My
Well,
God. it's
when
been-
we were hair and had hair and,
When we
and
had
was
hair.
skinny.
and skinny.
Well,
You're skinny
yeah,
now.
you're skinnier now.
I think Joel's skinnier than he is now than he was in high school.
Look at
Yeah.
him.
And he had a lot more hair.
I did have more hair.
Oh, he had one of the best mullets going.
Hey, it wasn't called a mullet back then. It was called a bi-level.
A bi-level?
Joe had one too.
But not as magnificent as yours.
Thank you.
You were like the Thor or something. You'd walk and it would be like, you'd walk in slow motion, your hair would just... That's what it was like, seriously.
Well, all right. Well, speaking of hair, give me that picture of Chris, and we'll.
All right. Am I being talked to?
Oh, easy.
Although you weren't the only one with an afro, Chris.
You're going back
I remember
even further.
other afros.
Yeah, you had an
All right,
afro.
before you face
Oh, I wasn't talking about me.
Chris
You used to throw
Savini.
the Beatles.
I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
That's an
No,
afro.
you know,
Oh,
you
my
know
God.
what matches
Yeah,
that?
that's
an afro
Chris.
right
That's
there.
Chris.
Okay.
You want to know what matches
Got
that
it?
right
Got it.
The funny guy with a lot of hair.
Pants.
Yes.
Chris,
So
his
let's
yellow
spin
and black
this around. Is
stripe.
that you?
Yeah, that's me. Asshole. You know
What
my
grade
fucking
is
hat.
This is
Third grade?
grade 3, room 122.
What is it, like a
Nice.
whole closet of archives of old stuff?
Oh yeah, he's got a ton of pictures in there.
We know each other since kindergarten.
So it's funny, Joe, that you bring that up because I got a picture of your brother. And I forgot that he went to Old Country Road.
That's right, because you guys lived
We
over
went
by
to Old
Dutch Lane.
Country Road first. Yes, we did.
Yeah, they kind of lived right in the middle between
Yeah.
between Old Country
there
and
he
Dutch.
is.
We had moved to
Right?
Puerto Rico
That's
for a
your
year
brother?
and came back. So
Dave,
Oh,
you
you
know
know
that
that
big
big
Joe?
Now you say that. Is that
Dave
Dave?
Gonzalez.
Wow.
See, we're getting old. I need to have.
Where are you?
Oh,
How come you're
He's
not
wearing
in
He's
class?
a year
I
older.
wasn't in his class.
Oh, that's right. I thought you were still being like one of the dreamers.
So let's show Dave Gonzalez. Let's show the whole picture.
Okay. Where's
You
Dave?
see?
Put your finger.
Dave is right
Come a little
here.
closer. Okay.
That's me. I'm a little scared one over there.
Aw,
That was cute.
that's cute. Little collar.
Little collar.
Cute.
there's you there.
Oh my goodness, where was this? This was our graduation from 6th grade?
Yeah. I posted that on Facebook before.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you wouldn't know,
God.
Joe. You're not on Facebook.
Who's Rocco?
Rocco.
He said, I
Rocco's
can't
Rocco.
believe I used to hang out with you people. I want a refund.
What was that?
Rocco.
Rocco.
Romano.
Rocco!
Didn't Rocco have what do you call it? Like speakers coming out, like a CB radio or some shit? Did he? Rocco, you must know what I'm talking. Didn't he have the?
You gonna wait for him to answer you?
He
He'll
can.
answer it live.
I know how this shit works. You're talking to him like,
Well, yeah, that's.
It's
what was
really,
that? Rocco? I didn't hear you.
they could write in really quick.
Oh, okay.
Rocco's a teacher. He can type fast. But yeah, didn't he have some speakers on his? Nobody remembers this.
On his
I don't
phone?
remember that. No.
Like it's like a PA on his car. He could get on the.
Rocco?
Oh, he said yes.
He did.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm not crazy.
Oh,
I got nervous and I was
I don't
dreaming.
remember. Do you
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I remember.
Oh, no.
Well,
I
maybe
was
I'll
not
do it.
aware of that.
I thought Rocco was one of the funniest guys in our class, actually. Wow.
Wow.
Thanks, everyone thinks that.
Rough crowd.
We love Rocco.
We were waiting for the punchline, man.
Kim Stanley's watching.
Kim Stanley.
Oh! So the president of our
Kim Stanley was
Kim
our
Stanley,
president, our
yeah.
class
Oh,
president.
really? Was
Yeah,
she?
she was.
She's really nice. I like
we're
her.
kind of upset that she's not coming to the reunion.
Yeah, that's bad.
She's
She's
not?
No,
Wow.
she's
What
at
the fuck?
reunion. Kim, what are you doing? Reunion?
Kim, talk to us.
family reunion, yeah.
Talk to us.
I'm waiting.
She's a really nice husband.
Where's
too.
Rocco's speaker?
Her husband makes homemade beer.
Oh, we like him better.
So it's a reunion.
So what's that have to do with her not coming to reunion?
I think about when I hear
If you're
about her.
sensing anger from me, because I'm imagining you're her now because you're talking for her. I don't feel right doing this. I don't feel right. I don't know why.
I'm gonna go to the reunion.
I feel bad. Did I even finish introducing
No.
her?
No.
Joel Horvath in the
Yeah.
middle there. Joel, I don't know. My appreciation for heavy metal goes back to Joel and his brother in 7th grade. I didn't like heavy metal until I started talking to those guys.
I just want to say one thing. I have to say something about Joel that, I'm very proud of him. He's the only person I've gone to his wedding. Is the only person I've heard Rush played at a wedding. Was this man's wedding.
Wow.
Wow.
Kudos, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
What song was it?
Almost every one of them.
Every album.
It was unbelievable.
Every album.
Unbelievable.
Their wedding song, Tom Sawyer.
What do we have in personal messages?
Down the aisle.
My wife is
Neil Peart was the best man.
Tell people to share this and get people on.
Share this, people.
Share it, Jimmy!
We always forget to
Hit
do
the
that.
hearts and likes and tell everybody you know about this show.
Yeah.
Last week we had Mr. Scalia. He was our English teacher from junior high. He was on the show, and it was our highest viewed episode yet. 1,700 people watched it.
Wow.
Which, I was kind of impressed.
So we're gonna beat that.
Yeah, we're gonna try and beat
We
that.
got
huh?
Savini here. We gotta beat that.
Oh, it's like the fucking Jerry Lewis tale. No, it's really like the Jerry Lewis telephone.
All right, now before I forget, over there in the corner, John Fable, one of the nicest guys from our class. John,
And roll cigars.
who is a cigar guy, and apparently it's big news that he grew a beard. Everybody had a comment
We're
about that
amazed.
when they walked in. Why is that such a big deal?
Well,
They're jealous.
no, it's that it grew.
It's just jealous.
Because his fro went from here down to here. It migrated.
There it is.
It migrated. Show that picture. It migrated south.
Let's see what he wrote.
Wait, is that the junior high school?
This is the
Yes,
junior
that's
high
a
year.
junior high.
Wow, that's cool. I don't have mine.
I got mine. at home.
Good luck in high school, and I hope to see you. Oh. There's John there. Look at that.
Come a little closer and you have to move your finger a little bit that way. Yep.
There's John there. Look at the afro on John.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Actually, that's not bad. I remember when you first, what was that, 7th grade you moved to?
7th grade. I moved.
His fro was
And
bigger than
back
mine.
then it was like a
Yeah,
big,
then I had, yeah.
and you had a leather jacket. You were like a punk. I remember being scared of you.
He had a pick.
Allie Bayer asked if these guys went to Hicksville.
Who?
Allie
Allie
Bayer.
Bayer.
Like, don't you all know
Does
her?
Allie not remember these guys?
Yeah, that's actually what someone said. Don't you remember them?
What's the matter, Allie?
Yeah, man.
When we used to have hair.
Is it because we have less hair?
Carol.
We're fat?
Allie's like,
Wait,
one of these old guys.
First of all, this is all by choice. I still have it.
Yeah.
Aw.
Sure it is.
I do
Me
have
too.
Yeah, okay.
This is my choice too.
Carol Miner's watching.
Hi, Carol Miner. Carol Roby. She was the year behind us.
Oh, I thought she was in your
By
class.
the way,
She was the year behind us.
I'm inviting all Hicksville alumni to our graduation party.
We went to Carol's. The class of '89 just had a little.
87,
Is
86.
that Hicksville?
84,
What if they
85,
didn't graduate?
So you graduated from Hicksville in the '80s. You're all invited.
You're all invited. Oh,
Even if we didn't know you.
we'll go up to 92, 93.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Right, Charlie?
The door is open.
That worked for Charlie.
Good?
Where's the reunion?
90. Where?
Where is it?
It's at the Huntington Hilton,
Where it is every year.
July 21st, 6 to 11. We're going to have open bar, which is convenient for some of us.
Hey, listen, I started drinking, okay?
Good. We're going to have a DJ, we're going to have food, we're going to have a lot of fun. And the reason why, let me get a little emotional
Oh my
messages
God.
or personal.
Oh, good.
Let's get real right now.
Dun,
Like I haven't seen these guys. I moved to New Jersey 24 years ago.
Stupid
I live in New Jersey more than I lived in Long Island.
Wow.
Well, you're a schmuck.
But I was away on business, and when I found out that one of our friends passed away, Brian
Oh God.
Thomas.
Brian Thomas. So I saw her on Facebook, and I got very emotional. And I really didn't talk to these guys that much. I lost kind of touch with them. And I think Joel was the first one I contacted, and I called him up. I'm like, dude, I love you. Called up Fable. I think I called up you. And I'm like, we don't get together too much. And you know, Facebook is great, but I think Facebook has really ruined the social getting together. So, you know, when Robin, my girlfriend, she's like, you should do the reunion. You have great parties. I'm like, you know what? That's great. I want to do the reunion. I feel because I want to get together with my friends. And in the last few years with these guys, we've been getting together every 3 months, right?
Yeah.
You guys drive 3 hours down to my house. We party for the weekend. We have a great time. And what do? We build memories. Okay, Facebook is great. I see what you eat for breakfast. I see what you eat for, you know, whatever you guys post. But to get together and have a social event and have a beer with someone, there's nothing better than that.
Absolutely.
Smoking a cigar. So that's why we need everyone to come to this reunion. Because you know what? Who knows if we're going to be here next year? I know a lot of people, you know, I don't know, we'll see. A lot of kids' events, I get it, I understand. We got a lot of people who are interested in coming, and we need a lot more people. Let's have a big party. So I want to open it up to all the Hicksville crowd.
Sure. It's a great idea.
All right?
Well,
So
Hicksville-
everyone's invited.
Hicksville was more than just one grade. I mean, everybody collaborated.
Right. We were
and
friends with
clicked
everyone.
together
7th, 8th,
and
9th,
had
grade.
good times. It didn't really matter as long as everybody was like enjoyed each other's company. So
I get that a lot from other. Who's getting? Oh, go ahead. Put it on speaker.
Oh, that's my daughter.
Oh.
Well, in
I'm live TV. I gotta go. Sorry.
getting back to Brian, because I think this will help. Just kind of the spirit of him. Chris Thomas wrote in.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
She's
and
so hot.
and she wrote this before you started talking about him, which is really kind of nice because she wrote it in and then you mentioned him.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. And what she wrote was, "What's with all the clothes? I believe I was promised nudity."
You don't want that shit to happen.
Well,
That
honestly,
shit ain't happening.
the only one's gonna be able to take off his shirt is probably him.
Yeah.
I did post a little while before a picture of you guys in the pool.
Why don't you take your leg off? Show him some leg.
You never have to ask him twice to take his
I
clothes
know
off.
I'll take it off. I don't care. I posted a picture of you guys in the pool, and somebody, I forget who it was, somebody commented on Joel in the pool. Might have been, was it Kim Hetner? Is Kim watching? Kim Hetner, are you watching? It might have been her that said something. She was admiring Joel in the pool. But yeah, that was nice of Chris, and yeah, that's. I appreciate you mentioned Brian. Me and Brian were close.
It was Kim.
It was okay. So you got a fan then.
thank you, Kevin.
Who else is on? Is Hernan on? He told me he was on.
Where's Albie? Damn it!
Yeah, I'll be
Oh, I think I saw it. Yep, Albie's on.
Cool.
He's part of the committee.
And Hernan is on. Said, "Tell George I said hi."
Hello.
What's up, Nando?
Hernan is coming, even though he graduated a year before us.
Oh, okay.
He's coming.
He is part of our class, even though he
He was a year older,
graduated a year old sooner.
so he'll be coming.
And yeah, and I'll say that I get that. I don't know about you guys, but I get that a lot. If I'm talking to somebody that isn't from Hicksville, and I'll say, "Oh, I know a guy that does this," or I talked to a friend of mine who said this, and I get a lot of people. You still talk to people from high school? You're still friends, and how do you still all know these people? And it does seem like we have our years, like the late '80s, does sound like a
Absolutely.
pretty good knit of people who still look out and take care of each other and help each other out with stuff. Which, yeah, and like you said, with Facebook, I think it's great. I didn't keep in touch with anybody. Brian Thomas, Joe Murphy, Jeff Skelzy, the only people I talked to. I had no idea what became of anybody. After Hess, I had no idea where you went. The hospital, I didn't.
No, Facebook is great. It's great, but it's
Right.
also the devil. where nobody wants to go out anymore, no one wants to see anyone anymore.
Well,
because
yeah,
everyone knows what families are
but
doing.
going back a little bit, and even you still have a couple of young kids, right?
Yep.
So it's good for that aspect. If you're stuck at home, you can still keep in touch, and you can keep. I mean, you can get updates on sports, award shows, movies, and just talk to everybody right from your living room. So, which is great. And again, in fact, it was our 20-year reunion, and it was Robin actually who told me about Facebook. I never even heard of it.
Right.
I went on. I think it was that weekend. I signed on to it. Immediately got back in touch with everybody, and it was you wondered how the hell did I lose touch with these people in the first place? These people are great people, and it's great. But you're right. I do think it takes away from reunions a little bit because that thrill of seeing somebody you haven't seen in a long time is now gone because unless you're Joe Gonzalez, you're in touch with them. But so you're in touch with them, or you talk to them regularly. You know what they're doing, where they are. So it ruins it a little
funny
bit.
that a few people who aren't coming. They're like, oh, post pictures. You know what? Why should I post pictures? No, I'm not.
Fuck
you know what?
I'm
You're
not
out.
posting pictures.
You want to see him come to the show.
They'll send you a picture of the dinner.
Just the food, that's right.
Just the food. Well, instead of Chris's bald head, that's it.
Joe
That's
lives
what
next
you
to
get.
the Unabomber, by the way.
He lives next to
He
the
lives next to the
Unabomber.
Unabomber. That's why he's like off the grid. He's got no phone, no nothing.
He's got the flip phone. He's all right.
With the flip.
That was. Was that
I don't know.
I don't know. Was that an inside joke?
I had no idea.
Oh, all right, yeah. So I tried to laugh.
That was weenie humor.
He's such a dick.
All right, so we're here pushing the reunion. July what? 21st.
July 21st,
No,
6 p.m. Huntington Hilton.
Tommy Schiffer's watching.
Tommy Schiffer.
He said that he dated you for a while.
He dated me.
Hey!
How was that?
Is that Thomasina?
Yeah.
Someone asked who dated people in high school, so Tommy was
Oh,
one.
okay. So Tom dated me.
Joe Murphy's watching.
Joe Murphy.
Joe Murphy.
Mr. Murph.
And then
Mr.
this is a
Publishing
really good
Clearinghouse.
point.
He still works. there.
Laney
Laney.
said you could take the person out of Hicksville, but you'll never take the Hicksville out of the person.
That's right.
Laney.
And it is true. We talk about that all the time. Like we meet
Class
people
of
from
84.
Hicksville all the time, and
Yeah.
how cool
Sure.
it is.
Yeah.
Sure. So what I need from everyone,
What do you need from everyone?
what I need is I posted the 1988 reunion event kind of thing. My daughter helped me set it up because I'm not Facebook.
I'll post a
my
link to it
God.
on here.
Really? Did you just fucking say that? My daughter helped me set it up?
Wow, we're getting
Why,
over that.
you really?
Yeah.
My daughter will out-smoke you on computer any day.
Okay.
Sounds like a challenge. Whoa.
Just tell them they're far in advance.
I'll bring my big wheel.
All right. So, let me get back to my point. So,
Sorry.
what I need is whoever's going to go to the reunion, I need them to go on their website and check off will be attending. The reason why is going to make special name tags. Charlie, you want to go over the name tags you're working on? No?
That's it.
Well, Charlie's going to be working on them.
My name is-
Actually, our pictures from high school will be in our name tags. So it takes time to do this. Because honestly,
Are they going
I'm
to be
looking
that big? I had a lot of hair.
Who?
Are they going to be that big? I had a lot of hair.
Yeah, it'll be that.
Yours will be a big button.
Well, we haven't seen it. A lot of us haven't seen each other in 30 years. So Charlie's going to work on a whole bunch of name tags. That's in Charlie. So we need time. So if everyone gets, check it off that you're going, you're attending, that would be great. Also, we have 262 people on the 88 reunion page. So that leaves probably another. If Kip Stanley's still on, she'll know how many people we graduated with.
Wasn't it like 400 or
You
something?
know? No, I think it was 565.
Was it 5? I think it was over.
Right?
I know it was over 5. I know
So
that.
there's 280, 300 people that are not on Facebook that we need to get in touch with. I don't know how to get in touch with
You
them.
didn't come to graduation?
So whoever knows,
Here's one right
here's
here.
one.
Yeah, but you know how to get in touch with me, see?
Right. I got you.
See, I keep it more personal. I keep it real. I swear I get those moments like you just had with before. So I don't have to sit. When I meet somebody, I can get into it.
All right. So if you know anyone who's not on Facebook, like yourself, Please let them know to contact
You just
me
went
or
through a whole
one of us.
spiel with that.
Sorry, George. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, say, can you, if someone who you know is not on Facebook, even if you're not coming to the reunion, let them know, have them contact one of us, that will be having the reunion on July 21st, 6 p.m. to Huntington Hilton. That's it.
You got me curious.
And
what's
invite
going on.
everyone. Who are you looking for?
I'm just curious, just like looking through to see who's not on.
Let's go through the Facebook.
I'm gonna look through everybody.
How many hours?
What are you doing?
I'm watching myself.
Me too, Chris?
He's watching.
I'm watching myself live.
Dude, are you serious?
Dude, it doesn't put on 50 pounds. I don't like that.
It's 10 pounds,
Yeah,
right?
it's 10 pounds.
Have you seen your head lately?
Look at him, he's in shock.
No, look, it doesn't really. Check it out. I'm
All right, so
sorry.
All right, so Savini's out of there. He's not part of the committee anymore. You're out.
He's part of the food committee.
Yeah, why don't you take care of the food?
George,
You're
that's
gonna
gonna
stuff
deep feedback.
Price and
Oh yeah, we probably will. So let's. All right, you know, I'm gonna, so since we're talking about the reunion, talking about Hicksville, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna kind of go around here.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you guys to share with us maybe your any memory you have of school, junior high, high school, elementary school. Maybe you want to talk about a teacher or talk about any like I look at John, I still think of Hess. I think of Hess. So I mean, we used to go get gas and then just park
Get
the
a
car and
car
hang out
wash,
with John
right?
and Don Schroeder
Have
and
a couple of drinks back there.
yeah, right. And then Joe Murphy worked there with you guys. We freaking lived there, hanging out with the guys at S. I remember when hanging out there. I remember Carl Fritz would always drive by on 107 and just give us all the fingers.
What happened to him?
Carl was on Facebook for a short time,
And now he's gone.
and then he disappeared.
He's like, where's Carl?
Who's in touch with Carl Fritz? Tell him to get back on Facebook. Tell him to get to the reunion. He was a funny guy, Carl. I like
Any questions? What have we got
What?
going on over there?
Lainey wants to know how many are going to the reunion so far.
So far, we have
5.
62 committed.
Carl.
And
Which I think already beats the
I have
20th.
to commit.
which is pretty good. And it's only January.
That's good. That's
So I got 62 committed, and I've only got in touch with, honestly, the people that I'm really close with, so I haven't extended myself out. So my theory is we're probably going to have 130, 140.
Let's try and do better than that.
Let's
If,
try and do
if there's over 500 people
Well,
in the damn
I'm just
class,
talking about our class. I'm not talking about the others. So hopefully with others we have 150. The place can handle 300. Charlie and I saw it today. It was the old Savoy. I don't know if you guys been to the Club Alon.
I remember
it used
that.
to be. And it's an upstairs, downstairs. We have a whole outside. So John Fable will be more than happy to supply cigars. He said, "I'm going to be smoking outside." Right?
did you know that? John?
I got thrown into that.
It's a beautiful place. We got a great DJ. I talked to him today. He says he's going to play, focus on the 80s.
Nice.
Not all rock.
Okay.
Not all freestyle.
No, that's him, buddy. Right over the
But
vein,
we
man.
will have Joe do the worm. We got to have that.
Yeah.
We will have
Now
a
there's a
break
reason to
dance
go
little
right
bit.
there.
There's a lot of views on that.
Now I'm gonna have to. I'm really gonna have to practice now.
Yeah, get the
Try
practice.
it
Start
right now.
practicing. Start
Yeah,
practicing right
practice
now.
Joe, you might have to stretch first.
We're gonna
Joe,
have
there's a
fun.
rug.
Then, I gotta say, they redid the hotel, and
You like
it is
that one?
absolutely beautiful.
That's all.
Charlie, you saw it today. The lobby bar is absolutely beautiful. So after we're done with that at 11 o'clock, we go to the lobby bar. Nice, big, open. Can handle easily 150 people, right?
More than that.
Easy.
Cool.
So it'll be a fun event.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun.
But I need everyone to go on the 88 reunion and check, yes, they're going, so we can start making the name tags. It's going to take Charlie a long time to do it.
That's a lot of Scotch tape. Oh my God. Oh,
All right, you
got
go.
George off.
Split the long beer.
All right, so let's talk about Hicksville memory. Last week we had Mr. Sky on. He was talking about days in high school, and when we turned the camera off, it really got interesting. That was a lot of fun. We had a great. We can't wait to have him back. Who wants to go first? Should I start with no? I got that look. Holy crap!
I'll start first.
Go ahead,
There you go.
Joel.
Joel.
Working at the Broadway Mall or the Mid Island Plaza
Mid-Island
with
Plaza.
these guys. Working at Kenny Shoes. Remember that, guys?
Kenny Shoes.
Yeah, you would
Remember
have.
that?
Me, Joe.
George got me the job.
I got all you guys a job.
Well, who worked there?
I was
I
at
worked
Newberry's.
there. John Spina went there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So let me tell you the
I was
problem
at
with Kenny
Newberry's.
shoes.
Tell us the problem with Kenny shoes.
So I'm gonna get a little crazy right now. So
Wait, if it's some bet, I have
when,
Kenny shoes on
listen,
right now.
I'm gonna get a little. I'm a teenager at this age, and Joe is with me. He's like one of my best friends. When I used to see pretty girls walk in, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Well, let's stop. I mean, let's say the man was a stud. He still is.
Back
He
in
was
the
a stud
day, back then, we used to be nice to the ladies and help them with their shoes,
Oh.
right? But Joe used to run around and take, the mirrors.
Oh! That was you! That was you. That wasn't me.
I think it's pretty
And
smart.
we used to sit in the background and say, Joe used to be like, oh, nice shoe.
This is George. Don't believe a word.
That's why he's not on Facebook. He's Harvey Weinstein.
You're a walking Amber Alert.
So I'm sorry for all the ladies who came to Kenny's shoes and
It was him.
shoes.
It was him.
There's a bunch of women watching right
He's
now.
now a class action
I
lawsuit.
didn't mean to do that.
The mirror just happened to be there. Who put that there? Glad you brought up Kenny's shoes.
Yo, he stole a compact from his mom, the makeup compact, and he tied it to his sneakers. And he walked around, Pixel High School, and says, Joe, watch this. I can get the angle from there, just stand right over there.
And that's how he knows you wore Superman underwear.
Oh! Not me! He had it on, not me!
No, but that's the thing. That's how he knew you had
I don't wear a skirt!
That's how good he was with it. He was skilled. Charlie's leaving. Charlie's gonna have to arrest you guys. That's what's happening.
Statue of limitations.
Charlie's out. All right, sorry. Continue. Forget about Kenny's shoes.
Chuck, you must have some great stories from Hess.
From Hess? Just
All right, maybe not.
Cars would pull up,
and that was it.
and I
Drinking, that was it.
We had the big gulp cups filled with freaking either white coolers or beer. We were
Oh, really?
serving everybody.
Oh,
The only one I remember the best was with Paul Stetner. I don't know if he's on right
Oh,
now.
yeah, Paul.
Oh,
Paul.
Is he coming to the reunion? It's your
He said
buddy.
he's gonna get back to me, so. I turned around. We used to steal,
Robin's
remember
ex-boyfriend?
Garfields that used to hang on the windows?
Yeah, yeah.
We used to steal them out and put them on the back window facing in. So I'd distract the girl from the front. He'd walk around the side, try to grab it. And the one girl caught him, got out of the car, popped him, knocked him over, turns around, she was a military girl.
Oh, wow.
And we were like, we're joking. And that was one of the best ones.
She popped standing right in the face.
No, in the arm. She got him.
Oh, I'm picturing getting.
Is he on there?
I didn't
Is-
see a Paul, but
Is he back
Like-
on Facebook?
What do we
He's
got?
on Facebook.
Oh, he is?
Who do we got on
Paul
now?
Stetner?
Who do we got on now? Anyone?
yeah, actually a lot of people. Yeah, Albie,
Albie?
Laney.
Albie, we need more lighting over here. We need you to
Smile, Albie.
Mark Gold.
If it wasn't for the fact that Albie was Indian, though, I could have sworn he would have been your brother, because you guys had like the same exact hairstyle.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that we let
He's a
Albie
Russ
in.
fan.
We let Albie in the '80s,
Yeah.
Right.
and now look at
Russ
it.
fan, Maiden fan.
Hicksville's
Yeah.
Albie started it off.
We let you in. The entire let him in. You said you let one in, you let them all in.
Well, we appreciate it because Hicksville High School grades went up.
After we all left.
We let him in. We don't let a lot of them in. Holy shit.
It's rampant.
Albie probably had one of the best sense of humor. I mean, everybody just had fun with him and picked on him, and he took it and just, he was so much fun.
Yeah, he radiated a lot.
So he's got a beautiful stash now. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, of course.
He's got this big
He's got a
brush.
little nice brush.
He's got a brush.
Yes.
He's
Oh,
got the
right.
70s.
Brushes it.
He's got the 70s.
You know those
brush.
little like flat picks that you stick your finger through? It's like flat.
Wow.
Albie.
I have
He
seen
wants to
it.
do those little curves.
I haven't seen it live, like in person, but I've seen it on. It is something.
It's something.
It's like an eighth wonder. It's like perfect.
That's just Albie. He's
Well, he brushes it every 5 minutes.
It's like a pillow.
Yeah, but
It's
with
like a
forehead
pillow.
brush, where it makes it nice and sheen and shiny.
Albie's online right now. He's watching.
Is he watching?
Yeah.
He's-
Any comments?
And he's brushing.
I love
Is
you,
everyone
Rob.
quiet?
He said,
I
I'm
love
here.
Wow. All right. You must have good stories from the old days.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Rob.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
You've got a ton of them, I bet.
No, I
Well,
really
you know what? It just occurred to me now. What was the story when you put your hand through a window or some shit?
Oh,
What
yeah.
was that?
I had stitches, actually, from it right there.
You don't even know. It was that detrimental.
Yeah,
You
it
know
was,
what
well, I have two hands.
Hey, was that a
I'm
one-night
sorry,
joke?
buddy,
What the
I wasn't pointing no fingers. I had a, thank you very much. I thought I was trying to sit it on it, right?
Yeah.
I already had my exam and shit. Thank you. Anyway,
Did you guys plan that show?
holy shit.
It is pretty close.
Maybe you should sit here. Anyway, I was always the kid in school. I'll never walk on, easily distracted, doesn't play well with others. You know, that's the kid I was in school all the time.
Kid.
He says like we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like we weren't there.
Well, I'm telling them not that because maybe they didn't know. Just saying. Anyway, I was sitting in, I forgot whose class it was, but I was close to the window, and all the windows were supposed to be plexiglass because it was on the second floor at that point, and there was a bee in the classroom, and as I'm sitting there and I'm listening to them fucking teach, and I'm bored out of my mind. The bee catches my attention, and I start following it all like I had fucking Parkinson's. No offense against anyone who got Parkinson's, but I'm following it all around like
Not the
this,
same fox.
and I'm just like all over, and it lands right on the window, and I go over to it, real slow, like and the fucking teacher's still talking, like, and I'm like totally like I feel like I'm by myself, and I go over to it, and I smack it like that on the window. And my hand goes right through the window. It was glass. The one it lands on was glass. So I went, whoa. And I looked like that. And I turned my wrist over like this, and the blood's going, psst, psst, and it was shooting out of my ear. It was shooting out of my arm.
Wow.
And I was like, and I'm going like this, and it's shooting on everybody's books. And all the girls going, ah! They were freaking out. And I'm like, I think I go to the emergency. So they bring me down to the nurse. And the nurse's office it was like, okay, come on in. And they got nothing going on. I walk in there and all of a sudden it's like a fucking panic hysteria. Because I got like, my wrist is like broken and shit and blood's falling out of it. So I'm like this and they're like, I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, put it in the sink. And I put it in the sink and I put like napkins over and they're trying to put the pressure on it and stop it. They call the ambulance. I had to go to the hospital. The ambulance comes, and of course, I'm like, all right, where do I gotta go? I'm like, I get on the stretcher. I'm like, I ain't gonna no fucking stretcher. I'll walk out. No, you gotta get on the stretcher. It's the rules. You have to get on the stretcher.
Just put your wrist on the
I
stretcher.
get on the fucking stretcher, and as soon as I get on the stretcher, the fucking bell rings. And everyone starts coming out of their cars. I'm like, you motherfucker. So now they're walking me through the hall, and I'm on the gurney like this, and everyone's like, what the fuck did you do now to me? And I felt like the biggest fucking idiot, and I'm like, I killed the bee! I killed the bee!
You want the bee sitting in the place? Oh, fuck off!
That's it. That's what it was like. So it really fucking sucked, and I had to put 2 stitches in, and I was fucking pissed. I was pissed.
I don't know where we go from there.
Yeah,
Well, I got a good story.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Class reunion. We all went out. We went to Washington, D.C. And I believe, I'm sorry if I don't remember correctly. I remember it was me. It was Steve Kadakis.
Oh, you mean the senior trip?
The senior trip, I'm sorry. The senior trip. It was me, Steve Kadakis, Richard McCarthy, Glenn Calver. Any of you guys go?
I didn't go.
Were you with my
I
room?
was. Yeah, I didn't go to the trip.
So anyway, so we're playing cards, gambling. We're playing in the room, we're drinking. Teachers didn't know, they'd come in like, you guys all right? Like, yeah, we're good. And all of a sudden we had a bottle of vodka. And we're drinking. Richie McCarthy was there. He had something illegal, call it. Right? So someone snuck out from a different room. They blamed it on us. So they woke up Mr. Who was the vice president? Petrelli? Petrelli. They woke him up. He comes out, pulling his pants up. What are you guys doing? He comes in our room. You guys out of the room. Strip the room. I'm like, holy crap, we got a bottle of vodka in there. They empty out all the suitcases. They don't see the bottle of vodka. They find a little bullet. We'll call it a little
Bullet.
I don't know.
The one hitter.
The one hitter.
The one hitter job.
So we're all sitting in the
So
hallway.
it's gonna be like one of these?
That was mine.
This is funny.
This is a new one. It's more.
Mr. Petrelli comes
This is the
out
one
and
that you
goes,
lost. You gotta replace.
they didn't find the vodka. They found this bullet. They come out and they go, what is this? McCarthy goes, is that a fucking bullet? So all of a sudden they're like, all right, you 6, you're punished. You got to carry everyone's luggage from the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor to the bus. So that was 6 of us. So everyone in the class had to put everything outside. I don't know if you were there.
No, I wasn't there.
So whoever was
I
there,
don't remember that. I had to fucking carry my own bag.
fuck no, I carried them. And I wasn't responsible for anything.
That's
Someone else
bullshit.
snuck out, we got responsible. But we had a great time with that senior trip. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of Petrelli,
Yes.
Stevie, do you remember when I got in trouble from Petrelli? When you were cutting class, I was in ISS.
Yeah, I walked past the class, and you
I'm like,
fucking snitched
Savini,
on
where
me,
you
asshole.
going?
Yeah, nice guy. Thanks. Way to go, pal. Real great. Thank you very much.
So
Then we're friends.
wait, so what happened then? He yelled to you and then what?
Huh?
He was in suspension.
I was
Oh,
in
you were-
ISS.
You
and I
were
was-
in ISS? What did
Yeah.
you do?
Oh, don't ask.
No, I'm asking, what did you do?
I don't know.
Come on, you know.
So I see him going out the front doors, going up 4th. And I'm like, Savini, where you going? And all of a sudden, Petrelli's standing
And I never cut.
Who? I go, Savini,
Seriously.
Savini's walking down 4th. He goes, come with me. We walk down, we're like, hey, Savini. He's like, motherfucker. He turns around, he's walking back, and he's like, go sit with him.
Wow.
Yeah, I got busted for that. He's an asshole.
Jason Hinckley just came on. He said, better late than never.
Jason Hinckley?
Jason.
And Eric came on. He said, I feel like I interrupted a circle jerk.
He's jealous. He's very jealous.
Yo, kick him in the head.
Jason, is Jason coming to the reunion? Jason and
Is
Aaron?
he coming? Are they coming? Who's
Jason, are
coming?
you and Aaron coming to the reunion? July 21st.
All of a sudden, he goes, oh, bad connection. Wait.
I just want to know what you got ISS for. You weren't a troublemaker.
No,
You fucking
He was
kidding
a
me?
nice guy. He was
No,
good.
he was an asshole.
So check it out. Lainey said that in her group, they broke the bed in the room on the senior trip from jumping on the bed and somehow managed to rig it so no one could tell.
Yeah, crazy
Jumping.
girls.
Jumping.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
We'll call it that.
We would call it experimenting. I'm just saying.
I have a whole new respect for Lady now.
I so didn't get that. I'm like picturing her jumping.
We were dancing.
Have like greased lightning on the TV.
Is Laney coming to the reunion? Laney, you coming?
Laney's got to go. I'll share one story from 10th grade. Laney was there. That's what made me think of it. We had Laney. You remember Mr. Ronco, our math teacher? This guy, he was a good teacher, a nice guy, but I think he was a new teacher. Man, anybody remember Mr. Ronco?
No, I don't know.
I swear he was there.
Doesn't ring any bells.
I'm gonna look him up now. He existed. I'm not.
But he's right next to that picture of Bonnie.
Lainey isn't coming.
Oh!
Fuck!
Wow.
Jason Hinckley said he wasn't allowed on the senior trip.
Oh.
I believe it. Mr. Ronco, there he is. There he is, Mr. Ronco.
Oh yeah, remember him.
He
wait a minute.
he was a nice guy, but
My glasses.
was it? Right there in the corner. He wasn't exactly a powerful. he wasn't a very powerful guy. We walked all over this guy. We teased this guy. We were brutal to him. And Lainey was there. She was really bad to him. But
She remembers.
she does. So I'm gonna leave out names here because this is bad. I'm gonna leave out names. But
Was that Mr. Greenspan?
there was one girl who went to the bathroom, and this girl was she was kind of heavy. She was kind of heavy, and if you had to go to the bathroom in this man's class, you just grabbed the pass off the desk and you walked out. This girl had come back, and she was sitting there, but there was another girl in the class who didn't realize she came back, and she just yells out in the middle of the class, "Come on, you fat cow, get back here! I need to go to the bathroom!" And the girl's sitting right there. The girl was sitting right there.
Oh, no.
It was bad, but some of us just couldn't help it but laugh. And Mr. Ronco actually started to laugh too. He just couldn't help it. It was bad, but that's my story.
Armando Kakash? Armando Kakash?
Kakash.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he's welcome to the reunion.
He called you a bunch of ladies and said, "Can you please tell me if the couch auction has started yet?"
Who is this guy? Armando what? Armando Tool?
Yeah.
Look him up.
Tool?
Kakash.
Is his last name Tool? What?
No.
What about Charlie? We haven't heard from Charlie at all.
I'm the quiet guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Charlie's on the cover.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share from the old days? Any memories? I mean,
The only thing I can say is I would appreciate the memories I had meeting Joe Gonzalez. He was the first guy in Hicksville High School that I met.
oh wow.
And
Went downhill from there.
That's it. And he's never recovered.
Joe lived a few blocks from me, and he introduced me to a lot of people from Hicksville High School. He also got me my first job in Hicksville, at the Hicksville Movie Theater.
Oh,
my
the
God.
Hicksville movie theater. You had to bring that up.
With the,
Does everyone remember the
moped.
Hicksville movie theater?
Midnight movie theater.
When we had what movie with Pink Floyd at midnight?
Pink Floyd, The Wall, Heavy Metal.
Yeah, we don't remember any of it.
Rocky
but-
Horror.
Rocky Horror, that's right.
Yeah.
Rocky Horror.
We used to ride his moped. He used to have a moped. He took
In the movie
In
theater.
the movie theater. We owned the place. The manager would lock herself up in her office.
Yeah, this isn't the one at the mall. This is the other one, right?
The
This
one
is one
on East
of-
Marie
this
Street.
One by House of Donuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right down there.
And the
we
guy who
owned
ran
it.
the projection or whatever was always getting high upstairs.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We would run up there all the time.
Right. Did you
Back
guys
when
ever go to?
we had ice, you get your ice, you put the cup in there. We used to keep all the liquor in there and stuff like that, hang out. So everybody, had drinking. all
That's
that.
cool.
So,
And you were allowed to smoke in movie theaters back then. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're allowed to smoke almost everywhere.
Yeah. And we rode his moped up and down the aisle in the middle of
And
Rocky
the stairs.
Horror. In the middle of Rocky
That's
Horror.
great.
You
Yeah.
just see this white light coming up that. Hey, we would come into the lobby and say, "Okay, it's my turn now." And everybody moves like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You remember when we were kids? You and Dave had a moped.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
I tried this damn thing. I never had a moped before. I had no idea what I was doing. I went completely out
You
of control.
crashed right into the bushes.
I crashed into the fence, and then I ended up flying over the fence. Like boom, boom, ended up over.
And the backfield's behind my house. We were cruising back and forth, right? I think Billy Herschel was there with us too.
Oh, probably, yeah. All the Dutch Lane guys, yeah.
Billy Hertzl, is he coming? You coming?
Billy doesn't get on Facebook much.
This is so weird. So the Armando guy, he said no. Someone posted an ad on Craigslist saying this couch was for sale. And then someone else wrote in and said, "Does the sofa come with something?" And then someone else said, "Seriously, is this couch for sale? Because I want to go to bed."
What
You
are
know
the
how
two names?
expensive this couch is?
Armando, whatever, and who's the other guy? Ignore them. I think I know.
James Austin.
James Austin.
Who it is. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a fake name.
All right, ignore. Anyone from Hicksville?
Well, Diane Horvath
That's my wife. Hey, Doc.
said, "Tell Joel to tell a party story from the summers in high school, Alexa."
Ooh.
well, he's coming home with me tonight. So.
When our parents used to go away in the summers, remember that?
Yo, do
Your
I?
parents used to go to Greece.
Do
My
I?
mother used to play with an orchestra. I had the house to my house.
Really?
For myself for 6 weeks. You weren't there?
Not that I remember.
He
no.
had some parties a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we had a good time. But I know my daughter Alexis wants to hear the stories of the party. She's trying to get it out.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
She wants to see how bad her dad was.
Anything you can share without getting in trouble? No.
I don't really remember this part.
Probably.
That's a good thing. That means you had a great time.
They were just all a good time.
Where's your brother, man? How's your brother?
He's good.
Yeah?
He lives in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he was cool. I liked your brother. All right. So
Yeah.
it's what? It's just about 10 o'clock, so we've done an hour. So what we always do on the show here, you mentioned Brian Thomas before. The very first show I did with this was August 22nd, which is the anniversary of his passing, which I kind of did it on purpose that way, as a little tribute to him. But we've we're not even 50 yet. We've lost a
lot.
We've lost too many. Even the surrounding classes too.
You mentioned Mr. Petrelli, I want to say rest in peace.
That's right. He
Yeah.
passed just after high school, I think.
I think right after we graduated.
Yeah,
I remember going to his
Yeah,
funeral.
89.
I went to his funeral.
Listen, that's just raise
Yeah. I think I still have his
Cheers.
article.
Cheers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
So,
And to
Mr.
Brian
Petrelli's
Thomas,
son played for Megadeth, by the way, too.
yeah, he played
Trans-Siberian.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yeah, Al Petrelli. He played Mr. Petrelli's son.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's played with a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, great guitar player.
We've lost too many.
We've lost, not to get all down, but yeah, we've lost again from our surrounding classes, but our
Yeah,
class.
your class. It is.
It's just in the past year, I think we lost 2, right? Yeah, it's John Keenan. We lost Rob Radke.
Yeah, Rob Rack.
What?
Yeah, Rob Radke died a few months ago.
A few months ago.
I'm not trying.
one thing I want to mention, George, we want to do a special board at the Hicksville reunion. Anybody who's passed away from our class, we want to do a special board for them.
Yep, great idea.
Anybody who's passed away from class of 88,
Yeah.
let us know. We can have a special tribute for them.
We'd like to, yeah, we're gonna honor the people, Tony, the people
Yeah, sorry.
that passed, we're gonna, get names, and we're gonna honor them at the 88 reunion.
Okay, that's nice.
We'll do that.
And then
They're part of us.
Yeah. All right, so not to get on a downer here before they start crying.
Oh, take this.
So what we do every week. What we do every week,
You gotta put him up.
we ask just random trivia questions, and that's how we end the show. We just throw out some trivia questions, have some fun, let the guests answer the questions. You guys can answer the questions too. I read all the questions. You guys can answer them, and then I go back with the answer. So I don't tell you. I might tell you if you're right, but we'll play around. But this week, I usually just go with random questions, but this week we're doing all questions that have to do with 1988. 1988. All right, so here we go. First question.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Did you see a bee?
There was. I got it.
After all these years, you finally got it.
Son of a bitch. Is this random answer or are you picking on us? I want
Random.
to know.
Am I picking
Okay.
on you? Well,
No, I don't mean picking
that goes
on
without
No.
saying.
You don't have to raise your
I'm
hand.
picking on me.
No, it's general for everybody.
Okay.
Anybody to answer.
All right.
Yeah.
Should
But
we
they're
raise
all.
our hands?
If
I got to go over the rules here first. I want to know what I'm getting into.
You
yell out an
just call
answer.
them right
It's
out.
not, it's not that important.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm thinking this.
First, you don't have to even think that much.
Wow.
You've never done it before, so you don't have to
So I
start
start now.
Who won the World Series in 1988?
Oh,
A baseball team.
Wow, amazing.
It's about the best thing I can tell you.
88.
Who won the Super Bowl?
A football team.
Who are the NBA champs?
A
Wow.
basketball team.
Who said, "Read my lips, no new taxes"? Who said that?
Bush.
Oh, Bush.
That one Chris had immediately.
Whenever it comes to Bush, he's got it.
That's right. I got the Bush covered.
That's just his answer for everything. What's 2 plus 2? Bush!
Eric said the Dodgers. Albie said the Mets.
No, the Dodgers is correct. The Dodgers beat the Mets. So, yeah,
Dodgers
they
And
beat the
Laney
Mets.
said the Giants for football.
That is incorrect,
That was
Laney.
86.
Yep, that's incorrect.
You are incorrect.
You're out.
Oh, this is one. If anybody gets, I'll be shocked. Who won Miss America?
Ooh.
In 1988.
Yeah.
A hot girl.
With the Braves.
In 1988, what famous musician was arrested for leading the police on a high-speed chase while high on PCP?
OJ.
OJ. Damn it, you beat me
Not
to
a famous musician.
it. He plays a meat whistle.
Was that Vince Neil from Motley Crue?
It might have been Vince Neil, but that's not who I'm referring to. Vince Neil was arrested like every other day. That's not who I have.
Who's the answer for the football team? Because there's a lot of them coming in. Who's the answer? I know you do it at the end, but
That's all right. The Lakers for the basketball.
Ooh.
football.
Oh, I gave an answer one. The Redskins.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Washington Redskins.
Kimberly Hetner got it.
Kim Hetner got it. Wow, very impressive. What actor was in a coma for 33 days after a motorcycle crash?
Where are you pulling these fucking questions?
Hey,
Google.
who's the Miss America? Was it Vanessa Williams?
It was not.
That's Robin's answer.
Robin who? Robin Price?
Mursky.
Oh, Robin Mercer. Sorry, Robin.
My girlfriend. Not allowed to talk about
No, I'm talking about that.
George has seen her naked.
Oh, I'm getting texts from Joe Murphy. Sorry. Saw you guys on a live show. Looked like fun. Saw you guys. Joe, it's still going on.
It's live.
You do have a pulse. It is still live.
That's so weird.
Joe apparently had a lot of Coors Lights probably tonight.
Is he coming to the reunion?
I'll get Joe to go.
Oh, Robin Price is here.
Nice.
Robin Price
Not
on
the
Worse
nicest-
Than Day Reporter. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
See that?
We love Robin.
Robin, is Robin the nicest?
She fucking remembers it. Ask Robin. Do you remember? Robin, I'm talking to you!
What? No, I don't remember that. What is that? What was that?
She used to do it at homeroom. This is Robin Price, your word for the day reporter. And she used to do like a word for the day.
That was your homeroom. We
Yeah,
don't
we couldn't hear.
I was in a special
We
homeroom.
couldn't hear your hormone from our home.
to help
I don't think I was a little too much. I don't
Were you in
remember.
this?
I fell.
Were you in this?
I got hurt.
He lost a lot of blood when he went to that window.
I killed a baby.
Wait, Pittsburgh.
What televangelist was photographed with prostitutes in 1988?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't a televangelist.
What country canceled history exams that year because it was revealed the textbooks were filled with untruths?
China.
No.
Japan.
Who was disqualified from the Grammy they won for Best New Artist?
Milli Vanilli.
There you go. I knew. Of course, you knew that one.
He had that his kid and play haircut.
That's right.
I can't.
Come on. If you did, it would be like this.
When I go swimming, I take this off. I just end up going in circles.
He uses that a paddle.
I changed my name from Walker to Hopper. I got a ton of them. I'll go all night. I don't have a leg to stand on. What the hell
What
was
if you
it?
stand on, we'll call you.
What were the two most popular Christmas gifts in 1988?
A Cabbage Patch doll.
I was gonna say
No. What was the #1 movie of 1988?
Cocktail.
No.
no.
What was the most popular TV show?
Alf.
Maybe in your household.
I'm telling
And
you.
name the big hit Bobby McFerrin had in 1988.
Don't worry. Be happy. Right?
That's right, yeah. But you gotta keep going.
Nah, I'd rather do this.
Wow. Sorry, Tony.
When you do your wall of memories, Eric wants to know if your leg and hair can go up there too.
He has no hair. Why, you got a hairpiece?
No.
It's okay if you did.
We want to help.
No. It takes a lot more than a hairpiece to help this.
Who else? What else going on?
Someone keeps saying, people are saying, "Don't worry, be happy." Was that one of the answers?
That's what he was just saying,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
right.
All right. So I'll go, those are all the questions I had. So we'll go back and I'll do the answers.
What about my trivia?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I forgot. Go ahead.
I got one trivia.
Go ahead.
When and forget about these people here. When was our prom? I need the day of the prom.
1988?
Yes.
Just taking a guess.
I want the day. Did anyone answer? Anything?
What day was
Look at your mugs that you got.
What day was the 1988 prom?
1988.
What do you want them to Google it? They're not going to Google it.
Either you know it or you don't.
I didn't know.
If you get it right, George will take off his shirt.
Is it Thursday?
Joel will take
Joel
off
will
his
take
shirt.
off his shirt.
We don't
You
take
get the
off our
answer
shirt.
I haven't had a
Joel.
call in 2 years.
All right, I'll give you the answers. The other answers. in the meantime.
Robin Mursky got it, but
What'd she say?
she said May 26, 1988.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah.
Robin Mursky
She
got
went back to
it.
the journal.
Who did Robin Mercy go with? That's the question. Not
Ooh,
with
that's a
me.
good one. Who'd you go with?
And police.
Oh, I just saw him not too long ago.
Did someone invite her to the reunion? Because she probably doesn't want to hear from me.
Sherry Levissi,
Sherry, yeah.
she got it as well. The
Oh,
dog.
yeah?
Mm-hmm.
She still got the
Sherry
mug.
or Shari?
Sherry.
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 Sherry Levisi. Yeah.
She used to go out with
That guy.
that Greek guy. What was his name? Jimmy.
Not me.
Sherry Howell?
Yeah, Sherry Howell.
Oh, Sherry.
See, if you're on Facebook, you would talk to Sherry all the time.
I used to talk to all of
She
them.
actually just moved. I knew that because she was on Facebook.
Wow.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah. I've seen many places.
What is it, Lassie? Timmy's in the well?
Timmy in the well.
Oh, you want to stuff his ass? Okay, well, you can do that too then.
Oh, that's so
Alright,
funny.
Wash!
The Dodgers beat the Mets. The Washington Redskins won the Super Bowl. NBA champs were the Lakers. Bush said, read my lips. Who won Miss America? Kay Lanny Ray Rafko, whoever the hell that is.
Mecca lecca high, mecca high.
The musician arrested for being on a high-speed police chase while high on PCP was James Brown.
Ooh.
Oh.
No shit.
Yes, shit. Ow! See, this is why you gotta go to the reunion. This is exactly what you'll miss.
This is exactly what you're going to get.
We're just gonna hand Chris a microphone and let him go.
Oh, by the way, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Chris will take 20... No, let's start. Scratch.
Yeah, really.
You're opening up act
Yes.
at the reunion.
I am.
Correct?
I am.
Yes.
Right? So, can you tell us what you're going to do for the first 20 years? Are you going to make fun of us? What are you going to do?
I can if you want. I'm glad you brought that up. So I actually wanted.
For an extra fee, I could definitely make fun of you.
I don't need an extra fee. I've been waiting for that.
I do it for free.
We, you've seen Knockin' Dead Comedy before. We do game shows. I'm going to have a little game show podium with a digital scoreboard and buzzers. I'm going to ask trivia questions from the 80s. However, if you guys or anybody who's watching, and spread the word, if you guys have any questions, we're going to personalize it. So if there's any questions about a teacher or about high school, anything we want to have some fun with, anything from the old days, send me the info and we'll turn that into questions. And it's just random trivia questions. People come up to the podium. It's like the Family Feud, and the two people from each family come up to the front. It's a podium like that. So it's one-on-one, one versus one. I'll ask like five trivia questions. Whoever gets the best of 5, they're the winner. They have bragging rights. They go sit down. We'll get 2 more people up, and we're doing that for how long? 20 minutes?
Whatever you want.
Whatever. And then it should be fun. Some personalized questions about our time in Hicksville. Some general trivia, Hicksville trivia questions. Questions like these, but not as hard.
So I figure with you alone, it's worth the money to come in and just watch you.
Hey, how do you like that?
Right?
Thanks. Wow.
All right? And
Sure.
we're also, I'm going to allow Chris Savini to grab the DJ booth, and he used to DJ. He thought his little, whatever he did. And allow him
Just like
20
that.
minutes.
Wow.
We'll let him take the DJ booth for 20 minutes and go off.
Nice.
All right?
But you have to do
I'll
the
play
worm.
all your favorites, Boricua. Okay?
And Joe Gonzalez will do the worm.
Joe Gonzalez do the worm.
But that's not all.
Well, wait, there's
Joel will take off his shirt. Because listen, this is serious. This is true. His doctor told him that he's got a body of an 18-year-old. So
His doctor told him he has to take off his shirt at least once a day in front of other people.
So he's going to do the class of '88 reunion, and 30 years later, and still look like an 18-year-old.
Yeah, he's going to say, this is what you all used to fucking look And
We'll
then
get-
we'll
we'll get
like
him
a lump of shit.
Yeah, we'll get him a fake mullet.
We'll give him a fake mullet, it'll be good.
Neither did I.
Perfect. And John will bring the
I
cigars.
was about to say that. John, mention your cigar place.
Matador Cigars, 3 locations, Massapequa Park, that's my state, that's my place. Roslyn and Hopog.
I wrote it myself. This one's got a hair in it. But this one got a beard.
All right, we got any questions? I see you looking. What do we got?
Yeah, it hasn't popped up yet though, so I'll just hold on.
Oh, she's talking about Chris. She hasn't
Well,
popped up.
Carol Miner said that the back row is very quiet.
They are.
They are.
There's a reason why I went back.
Well, it's hard
And
for
someone,
people
I
these
think it
days.
was Kim. What?
Hetner?
Yeah.
No.
She said that when you ask questions, they have to be really simple because we're all from Hicksville High School.
Excellent observation.
Guys, send me stuff, and I'll turn it into questions, and it'll be fun. We can make fun of each other and have some laughs.
What color is the sky?
Blue, like blue under blue. Who used to jump out of a tree if you were cutting class? Who remembers that?
I have no idea.
We talked
Oh,
about that.
I know. Gerard Kearns.
No.
Yes.
A teacher in the junior high.
I think I remember
Mr.
this.
Mr. Dean used to jump out of the tree. If you were running past a tree, you should jump down and nail you. If you were
No
running
shit.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
We didn't talk about teachers tonight.
What's that?
We didn't talk about teachers.
So talk about teachers. We don't have to run off. Just we can go long as we
Okay.
want. Yeah. Which,
I don't think there's another show coming on after this.
There's no time slot.
This is a 2-hour special. I'm sorry.
So Chris, you want to start
There's
off?
another show coming on after this.
Do you want to start off with the teachers?
No, do I want to? Why? Who do I didn't have those. Oh, are you talking about those 2 teachers? What teachers are you talking about? I don't know where this is going
I
right
thought we
now.
weren't going to talk about teachers.
Yeah.
We're not talking about teachers.
Don't look at me. What are you looking at me for?
George.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm in the back row here.
Remember Mr. Carter?
Sure, of course. Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter was the best.
shop teacher.
Yeah.
He was
Diff-
awesome.
no, he wasn't
He's
a
an
shop
English
teacher.
teacher.
English teacher.
He used to wear the
Wore
funny
a
tie.
different tie every day.
Yeah,
I remember his
actually,
fish tie. I was just
Is
thinking
Albie
about
still
that
watching?
today.
I was thinking-
Albie, you on?
Is Albie on? He remembers Mr. Carter.
Ask him. He's on. He's an hour behind us.
Mr.
Yeah,
Carter,
it's hard to
Mr.
tell
Carter
if
would go
they're
like this
still
with his
on.
hair.
Oh, yeah,
He had,
that's right.
he had the part down the middle and kind of, he'd always do this with his hair. What? I look like I had Parkinson's today. Everything I do, I'm shaking. What did I do?
Jason Hinckley said that he bought Mr. Carter's house.
Oh, really? Wow.
Did he leave the ties?
And Albie's still on.
Did he leave the ties?
He didn't
And
say.
now he's still on.
I'm away from the live right now because I'm brushing my mustache.
Lisa Rengrella is going to the reunion.
Yay! We love Lisa.
Who?
Someone in here dated her. We won't talk about that.
Oh boy. All right, who else wants to talk about teachers?
Teachers. Anyone?
Twinkie?
Twinkie. Wow, I forgot about what the hell is his name?
I don't know.
He was a social studies teacher.
Oh, no?
Mr. Zaleski was awesome.
Mr. Zaleski?
Mrs. Lusky was great.
He was great.
Yeah.
Mr. Brazil.
Mr. Magala was
Wasn't
great.
that
George, as the Greek
I
mythology
don't know. I just
said.
know him as Twinkie.
Shame.
I used to have
So-
Mr. Sussa for shop. We
Wait,
used to
Oh,
play
he was cool.
tic-tac-toe.
Joel,
You had shop together.
Yes,
we did. And I want to talk about this because there's a picture in my Facebook.
Oh, what, the Y time thing?
Yeah, what was that?
I think it was,
What
White
What was the
time, I'll tell
meaning
you
of
right
that?
now the whole thing with white time is. Back when we were all in school, we used to be able to go out to lunch outside of the building. 8, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th.
Right.
When we were seniors, that's when they started the Y time. And seniors at that point were only allowed to go out at lunch. So we were the last group to
That had open campus.
kind of had open campus throughout the whole 4 years we were in school.
You know,
And at that time, they also moved the 6th graders from only elementary schools into the junior high
okay.
at that point.
That Y time thing, I was in shop class. George and I were in shop with Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas.
And the Y time bell would come up and Brian Thomas would get up and go like this.
We had the one time, and,
Oh, the
and
white
it was,
time.
I'm looking at
Kind
it.
of distraught.
Were you in our shop class?
I think so.
I was, and then I just went through.
Your book's too big.
There you are.
With the, just moving around and around.
So Sherry Levissi wrote this wrong, but it's funny. She's like, who is the nasty social studies teacher in high school? He would lick the door if you were late. She meant late, like lock in, but she wrote lick.
Was that
Mr. Horn?
No, that was Zaleski.
No, Zaleski wouldn't lick the door. He would have eaten the door.
Who would call the guy the dirtbag? He'd pull out a bag of dirt and say, "You're this."
That was Albert, wasn't it? Was it Albert like that?
He goes, "You are a dirtbag."
That was
Bag of
Albert.
dirt.
That's exactly how he would say it too. Yeah, it was Mr. Albert. He was a social studies teacher that would. I don't know about him.
Was that the same guy looking at the door?
But I know he was a nasty guy.
Who, Albert was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone else said Mr. Albert also.
He was the
Yeah.
smoker, right?
Yeah, he was the smoker.
Yeah, he was the one I-
He was the chain smoker. He was the one.
There were a number of nasty
right,
teachers.
yeah.
He had like hardly no hair. He actually almost kind of looked like Tony. Not that I wanted to say too loud.
I know I gotta look.
Minus the
Hey,
beard.
Mr. Albert.
Albert.
That's messed up. Where do you look?
It's over here.
Over here.
That's actually.
We got a lot of them.
Yeah, look him up. I want to see what he looks like. Wow. My favorite story, which I've actually told in there a few times, who had Razak for science in 8th grade?
He used to make beer and toothpaste.
Yeah.
Two great
right.
combinations.
I forgot about that.
And he used to drink it all.
Oh, yeah.
So you used to work for him and make a beer. Then you just get banked up on the weekends.
We used to make it was like
I
Gatorade.
fucking love that guy.
We'd make Gatorade, beer, toothpaste. What was some of the other shit we used to
Crack.
Pretty much. But I used to have him for wrestling.
Right.
He was a wrestling coach.
Well, that was the thing. That's what we talked about. We actually talked about it with Scotty last week. We covered almost everything but science. He was a science teacher, and we talked about almost everything but science. But then the best thing was, if you guys remember, towards the end of the year when it was getting ready for finals, he gave us what he said was a 1976 final exam, and we used that as like the practice.
Right.
And we did it as a class. It wasn't like homework assignment or anything. We just did it as a class, where with the whole class we went question by question, and we discussed the answers and how to figure out the answers. Did the whole thing as a class. Comes time to take the test, and if you remember, I don't know if they still do it this way, but back then it was a different teacher that monitored the class.
Proctor.
Right. So we get the test from the proctor, where everybody opens it up, and it's the same exact exam that we went over in class.
He was fucked up.
But this was great. And thank God nobody gave it away. The
Yeah.
whole class, because the proctor had no idea, so the whole class just kind of stopped and just kind of looked around at each other. And we all just gave each other like a little nod, and we all just whizzed through that damn test, and we all aced it. It was fantastic.
He was a strong little fucker.
Razak? Well, he was a wrestling coach.
He was a wrestling
And he was a badass. He rode a Harley with school,
Yeah.
remember?
Because he used to,
He was in the junior high.
Yeah, he's not in that book.
See,
That's right, yeah, he was in junior high.
Before we went on, Chris was talking about his love for Miss Zumagali, actually.
Yeah.
Do you want to know something?
I would love to know something.
I'm going to tell you something really weird, right?
Sure.
When I got married, right before we got married, me and my wife, we went looking for a house, and she decided, because my wife's from Brooklyn, and she's going to kill me if she's even on now, I'm telling the story. But we decided, she wakes up one day, and my wife is kind of impulsive at times for doing things.
Well, she married you.
Let's go look at houses. I agree, 100%. Let's go look at houses. Yeah, all right, sure, why not? So we're like fucking high rollers. We go look at houses for like 2 weeks. We end up buying the first house we actually saw in the beginning of the first 2 weeks. Okay? Bought the house, move in, after we get married. You know who lives 2 fucking houses down from me? Mr. Aronson lived 2 houses down from me.
Oh, wow. Mr.
And I
Aronson.
couldn't fucking believe it. And he looked exactly the same as he did when we were in fucking school.
Was it Aronson that had the hot daughter you used to substitute?
I think so.
Right?
Because we used to I hope
Nobody
she's not
remembers
on.
that.
We used to look at her in the backyard. Me and my neighbor.
Is this
My
before
neighbor
you were
was
married or
Brad.
after you were married?
No, it's Durham. Now, I don't look at it. I don't look at her anymore.
You mean you're asking where you're going?
I'm not going home tonight. You got a room in the apartment in the hotel?
I'm staying at the hotel.
I can stay with her, right? I can crash. Okay. My neighbor would tell me, he'd be like, "Oh, I have to cut the grass tonight. She's laying out tonight." He would cut his grass, and his grass would be like all crooked and everything because he would be staring at her the whole time.
Well, speaking of Allie Bayer, who was watching, she lives down in Florida. Mr. Field lives like a block away from her. She sees him when she goes grocery shopping. She sees Mr. Field.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Any other
Remember
comments?
Mr. Field? He had the big Michael Jackson afro.
Nothing? Quiet?
It's
I
stuff
think I
like,
was the
I love
teacher that,
Mr.
Billy
Horowitz, Mr. Carter, you know, it's just stuff like that.
Mr. Horowitz, you said? Somebody
Oh,
else?
does anybody out there want to ask us any questions?
Yes.
They're
Good
dying.
question.
They're just dying to ask us questions.
I'll take over from here, Tony.
Hold on.
Does anyone want to ask us any questions?
Just
No
sit there and wait.
questions.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath.
Hold your breath.
No questions.
Oh wait.
No.
Do I have any
Fuck
shit
all
on
these.
somebody?
Let's not get the finger.
Does anybody have any shit on somebody in here?
Ooh.
Oh, John was
I
getting
got
nasty.
too much shit.
He says 3 words the whole time. Now he wants to get crazy.
I was a good boy. Nothing happened to me, so I'm alright. What the fuck does that mean?
Lisa wants to know why Charlie's so quiet.
Lisa who?
Lisa
He
Ren.
pleads the fifth.
Lisa Ren?
I think she knows why.
She dated him. She should know.
Action speaks louder than words.
Ooh.
Hey, now.
Oh, God. Why do I feel like I'm on a cheesy version of a dating game?
Oh, you know what?
Bachelor number 2.
I actually, not to get a little downer again, but I did forget to mention Paul Esposito, who graduated '86 with us. If you're in this area, we're in that. So if you're in the area of Mulcahy's in Wanto on Thursday night, 2 nights from now, Paul Esposito, he unfortunately lost his wife to cancer a few months ago, leaving behind two small kids. Paul, who I knew back then, who's actually a neighbor of mine now, at Mulcahy's Thursday night, I think it's 6:30 it starts. They're having a benefit for Paul and his family, 6:30 to 10:30 at Mulcahy's. So come on down, support one of our own, and show some love for Paul. This Thursday at 6:30 at Mulcahy's. So that's for Paul. But once again, we're here talking about our high school reunion, which will be
July 21st this year. 30
He
years.
forgot what year it was.
30 years from when we graduated.
30 years to the day.
By the way, this is a cool picture. I gotta show it. I brought it here.
Yes.
Come on.
and I believe
Am I on?
everybody
You are
was.
on.
That's a cool
And
picture.
right, everybody's in that picture, right?
Right.
All you guys.
We got Savini, Joel, Kadakis, Joel, Dave, Marty DeVito, and me.
That's
Made
me.
it twice.
I mean, it's the big hair.
Look at Joel's hair.
Joel had the best.
Look
hair.
at Joel's hair.
I'm telling
Look,
you.
I got no hair. I'm with
He
you.
had a lot of hair.
It flows.
Kim Stanley has a question. She wants to know who you think the best looking teacher was.
Best looking teacher.
What, female?
Female and male.
I don't
Man,
know, Joe. Who do you like? What guy's
That guy's
born
asking the question.
Savini, why do you
Guys, we know who you thought was.
Binder. Hands down. I'm sorry. Binder had it for me.
Posey.
No, Jose didn't do it for me. Binder. I used to stare at Binder like this in business class.
And she stared right back. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and she was like, "Oh my God, he's creeping me out." That's pretty much what I probably
She's
got.
come to some of my shows actually. But
Really?
yeah.
Don't ever tell her we had this conversation.
She's watching.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's watching.
Yeah, because I'm sure you're the only one that stared at her like that. She was pretty hot.
Everybody failed her class. They were.
Yeah.
That's a good question. What other good-looking teachers were there?
Not many.
Well, Hosey was.
Jason Hinckley
Yes.
said Miss Verona for sure, but you know what, Jason?
It was the pink sweatsuit. It was the pink sweatsuit that did it for me with Verona.
Yeah, Verona
I
passed
agree with
last
Chris.
year.
Did she really?
Yeah.
She passed away last
She had a
year.
heart attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
George, who was the best teacher?
Mrs. Sperber.
Yes, perfect.
Mrs. Sperber.
Oh.
Remember her?
Be nice to Miss Berber. She watches sometimes, and she's cool. I swear to God.
I like Mrs. Sperber. I do.
So,
I do.
And what other hot teachers? I don't even remember. Who's it?
I don't think we had any. No offense, Mrs. Sperber.
Did you guys have Mr. Ryan?
explain again.
Oh, he's a science teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
Go go through it.
I'm gonna
You know,
rifle through.
I thought Miss Pilkington had hotness.
Who is
Miss Pilkington? She was an art teacher.
May have been the name. Oh no, you know who did for me in 8th grade too?
Who?
Freelander.
Friedlander, yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Friedlander was good looking.
It was an art teacher, wasn't it?
Why don't I?
Yeah, that's
Freelander
Hosey.
was an art teacher. I used
Miss
to.
Hosey was the
Was
art
it-
teacher.
was it?
Blonde?
Hosey wasn't an art teacher, was she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You know who was hot? The custodian from junior high school, Elvis. Remember Elvis with the sideburns?
Sure, sure.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't. You know, I don't even recognize half these people.
Hey, you like that picture?
I just gotta show this.
What is it?
I'm a
Yeah, go.
stalker.
This is where am I pointing? Right here?
Yeah. So point with your finger which picture you want.
This one right here.
Okay, who is that?
This is you see this big hair?
Uh-huh.
That's this motherfucker right here. Okay? I'll show it to you again so you get a better look at it. You see this?
Uh-huh.
This right now, if this was to happen in like 2018,
Yeah.
this would be considered Amber Alert. This picture. That's creeper right there. That's a creeper
I'm a
picture.
stalker.
You are, man. You were Pimp Daddy Tastic,
So,
man.
so Mr. Ryan was considered a good-looking teacher.
Yeah, he won best looking teacher every year.
Who else wasn't? There's another teacher that I know a lot of girls thought was a handsome man. Started with an M, I think. Oh, here, Mr. Murtaugh. Didn't a lot of the girls?
Oh yeah, he had some hotness to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had him for American Family, some sociology class. His big advice was never have a TV in the bedroom, and that's what will make your marriage last.
How do you watch? How do you watch porn?
She did it for me. Does she watch the show?
Who? No.
Okay.
Go ahead, say it.
No.
Who does Kim Stanley think was a hot teacher?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well,
Was it
it's
Kim?
interesting because she said when you were talking about staring at Binder, was that
Binder.
Binder?
She said, "Don't worry, we all stared. Binder and Hoser were beautiful."
Hoser.
Hoser? Who is it?
Binder
Hosey?
beat her hands down in my book. I'm sorry. That's
Really?
my personal
So
feeling.
Binder beat Hoser.
Yeah. If it was Billy Dean's Foxy Boxing, Hosey's top would have been off.
Kim Stanley
Binder
thinks
would have been the champ.
Chuck Arnone was, but he was a little creepy.
Chuck Arnone was a creep.
He was a creep.
He was creepy.
I don't know.
Not to me, but
Wasn't he?
What?
He was very touchy.
Yeah, he was a little hands-on.
Who was the one?
Apparently we didn't have.
I gotta find it.
2 years. So.
Huh? Who was the driver's ed teacher that got busted for was it child pornography?
You're talking about the shop teacher,
No.
the shop teacher, Mr. Schwartz. That was our guy.
That's it.
May the Schwartz be with
He
you.
was the little one now.
Wasn't he cleared?
I don't know.
No, I think he did get cleared.
I
He
think
got,
he
arrested,
did.
he got arrested for it, but I think after everything was done, he got let go.
He didn't grab my boob. Did he grab yours?
Allie Bayer
Not
said
this
that.
one, no.
You talking about this one?
Yeah.
No,
No,
it wasn't him. It was the little one.
What did Alabama say?
Allie Bayer said she only had eyes
I
for
think it's
Tony
German.
Walker.
Oh, you hear that, Tony?
What?
You missed it.
No, I'm
What
sorry.
did Ali say?
Allie Bayer said she only had eyes for Tony Walker.
Bullshit.
Dude, you melting.
Don't be saying anything. 'cause-
Well, no, the best
Oh no. Oh no, his wooden leg just got harder.
Give Ali a stump job and she'll never forget.
Oh my God! Again with the stump jobs.
That's one of my favorite jokes. I love
Good
Ali. Me and Ali are birthday twins. We have the same birthday. I don't know what that has to do with anything we just said, but I do it out there anyway. I love Ali bad.
That is great.
Oh.
She's coming to the reunion.
Is she coming?
Buffalino.
Oh,
I remember her.
Buffalo. She wasn't bad looking, but she was kind of a bitch. Sorry if she. I don't know if she's around.
She hung out with
Those girls.
some of the other gym teachers.
Oh yeah.
Didn't she?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
oh
That was my 10-night impersonation.
Chuck Arnone isn't quite so creepy anymore.
What else are they asking? Any questions of us?
They were not that interesting.
We're not. I guess not.
I like turtles.
Turtles.
You know, you guys are gonna kill me for this, but I thought Miss Dunbar was sexy.
You know, someone else mentioned her.
Yeah, that was me. I said it
Hold on.
last week too to Mr. Scout.
No, I saw him.
She graduated. She went to Hicksville actually. She graduated.
Oh, she was in the junior high, wasn't
Another
she?
name I can't put.
She was a social studies teacher.
Yeah, I remember her. She was stern.
A little bit.
Donna
Daddy
Smith.
liked stern.
Donna Smith Weston said Dunbar.
What? She thought Dunbar was hot? Hey now, Donna. Let's see, where is she?
Tina Martello said, I always thought John Fable was a hottie.
Hey!
Right down the block, really?
She wrote over. You can't.
Is Tina coming to the reunion?
Yeah, where
Hey, come
Tina
on, you
lives?
know what?
Where? She's
Yeah, I remember her.
Where's she living now?
She's like out west somewhere. Or
No, she's in Florida.
Florida.
Over by
Tina, you
Tampa.
coming?
Tina's got to come.
You gotta come.
I'll let you know if she writes back in.
You really thought Dunbar?
Right back in. Hello.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
there was
she-
something sexy about her.
She had appeal.
That's not really a great picture of her, but
Well, no, because she's writing all over her face.
Yeah,
but I
so that really doesn't
it
make
was
a good
weird. She's
picture.
walking around the hall, all this writing on her face.
It's not a good picture. Is it?
She did have appeal.
Thank you, Joe. See that?
I don't think she had appeal. She looks like a vampire in that picture.
Joe's parents worked a lot, and we used to hang out at Joe's house when we were little kids. The first time I ever saw porn was at your house. It's true.
Alrighty then.
We hung out at Joe and Dave's
Where do
house
you
all
go
the time.
from there?
Because your parents were never there, so we always hung out, and we had all that space,
So did you
behind
break
the
into
house
their
by the
stash?
deli. What's that?
Did you break into their stash?
I was not a drinker.
No,
I never
their
drank.
stash of porn.
Oh, I don't remember whose it was. I don't remember whose porn it was, but we did.
You sure it was my house?
Oh, yeah, it was your
Have a collector of porn.
I don't know. I don't remember whose porn it was. But yeah, we caused all sorts of trouble at the Gonzalez house.
We did. That's why we used to have a party over there.
His eye is starting to drip.
Yes, thank you. That's not straight out.
That's the meter. That's how you know when Joe's lit, when his eye really starts to drift.
The one eye.
No, that's not
One eye goes off.
Which
You're
eye?
like, holy shit, it's fucked up.
It's always the left
I don't know
eye.
what you're talking about.
All right, so maybe we'll call it a night here. We've been on for over an hour and a half. Unless there's still
Any other
Yeah,
questions?
if there's any more comments, we'll respond to them. Otherwise,
So,
we'll.
That's
call
been
it
a fucking question.
So
Yeah.
before you close out, reunion, July 21st, this year.
It was no faster the
I
second
need
time.
everyone to go on the 88 reunion. If you're going, and reply yes. Please.
I just did it.
You did?
Time,
Yeah.
Because
price.
Charlie needs to make the badges. So we need to get that done.
You got a lot to live up to here. Those badges better be something.
No.
And you're going to post everything all over the walls.
Most
And I also want to have an
importantly
80s theme. What?
How was that?
Times,
The
price.
20 reunion photo.
6 to 11.
Let me see that.
It's $125. 5 hour only
Oh, yeah.
bar.
Who's the dude with
All
the
you
eye
can
patch?
drink, you
That's my
eat for
big
5
question.
hours.
John Zimmerman.
So it's pretty good.
No way.
So Tina wrote back in. She said that her and
Who's the
Kim
monk that time?
Masonette
Yes.
Monk.
are watching this on TV. They're both in Tampa.
10 year.
The what?
So she doesn't
At the
say
10
whether
year, he
she's
showed up.
coming or not.
Yeah.
Are they
She's
coming?
saying she's in-
We need them
She's
to
saying
come.
she's in Tampa, so.
That's okay. They can
You
fly
see
in.
his face. I can't remember his name.
Kimberly Hedner wants to know if everyone's going to dress in 80s.
Oh, that'd be funny as hell.
That's
My parachute pants
yeah.
won't fit.
My parachute pants now fit on my arm. They're armbands.
But I am going to have a big sign, 80s sign, where we can all take pictures behind it, like 80s kind
Wow,
of
Steve
theme.
Stefano showed up.
So that would be cool.
Sherry
That was fun.
Lavissi
Good to see
says,
you.
please say goodbye to all the guys from me. Love and miss you.
Thank you, Sherry. I do have one quick question. John just brought it up. At the 10-year reunion, who showed up as he's a monk? Who's a monk?
I remember that.
Is his name Jared or something?
No.
Jeff? Jared? I still,
Somebody knows that.
I still have a J in my head for some reason.
No.
Who remembers who became a monk?
He showed up as a monk. You go, jerk off.
So this is a good picture.
Jude.
Jude.
Lisa.
Jude.
Jude Scotto?
Jude's, no.
No, he's not a monk.
Jude McFeely.
Yes.
Maybe.
Jude McFeely.
Robin Mursky got that.
Robin has the best memory. Yes, she's right.
Or
John, that's
someone else said Jude Scotto.
Oh,
No,
not Jude Scotto. Scotto
Jude
was in
McFeely,
Florida.
he came to the 10-year in the whole
And the
guard,
whole-
the whole.
No
Yeah,
way.
well,
The robe and everything?
Yeah, the
like
robe
flying
and
top?
chains.
You was
Yes. Yeah, he was there.
I was there.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
That was the night of the limo.
Oh, there's a story. What's that about?
I remember that night.
You can walk the next day. Again, I'll keep it quiet back
I
here.
didn't say a word.
Can I see that picture?
Can we talk about
Wait a
that?
second.
No.
Then we go.
Actually, we could
Hold on.
probably
Then we go
talk
to the
about.
club. Then we go to the club.
We went to
after we-
Carbon.
Yeah, where we walked in, and pretty much Chris is like, I don't feel good. Let us.
All right,
And he
all
walks
right.
out.
Okay, let me set it up for you now.
Set it up for us.
I'm gonna set it up for you. We went.
Oh,
We decided, like, 10 years coming around. So, at that time, Joe, John, myself, we used to go out every weekend. We used to go clubbing out here. And
Who else was there?
we decided one night, we said,
It was
the 10-year reunion's coming up, are we gonna go? Yeah, let's go. You know what? Let's get a whole bunch of people, get a limo. All right. So it was you, me. Did you come with us in a limo?
No. He wasn't there. It was
Charlie.
Charlie.
Jeff,
Jeff.
Brian,
And that was it.
and wasn't Rocco?
No. Rocco wasn't there for that
He came though, but he wasn't in the limo. I remember
one. No,
having
he
a
didn't come with us to
conversation.
the club.
We took the limo after. We
After.
got a ride.
Right. And
There.
then we did the limo after.
Okay. So on the way, sorry about that. I had to figure
Great
it out.
story,
I
Chris.
had to figure it out because it's important to the timeline. On the way there, we hitched a ride, and the limo was going to pick us up afterwards and take us to the city.
You actually hitched?
No, we didn't hitch.
Oh, I'm
we
picturing like.
No, yeah, like
What?
I'm on the side of the road being like, yo, pick me up. No. It wouldn't work for me. Maybe you, but not me.
I could just take you over and hold it up.
We went with, it was Rocco and I think Schroeder, and the four of us went. And Rocco turns around and says, let's all make up a different line of work that we do.
Oh, that's
For the
funny.
reunion, right? Remember? And he was going to be a gun lobbyist in Washington. So we all make up these. What was yours? I don't remember what yours was. We all make up these fucking things.
What do you have, fucking notes?
No,
Jesus
this
Christ,
is
man.
this is from the 10-year. This is from the 10-year. Let's see.
He's got it.
No, we didn't put it
I
on
wasn't
there.
there.
Oh, it's not in here.
No,
No.
we didn't put it in there.
Oh, okay.
That was it on the
I-
way there.
I said I was a model in Italy. I would model.
Now that's funny.
All right. Well, you know what? Back then I was in better shape.
I do remember that. I do remember
I was
that.
in
Honest
better
to
shape.
God,
I was
remember.
almost as
He
close
also,
to
he
Joe.
also had platform shoes which made you raise them higher.
Yes, it's all right. You know, well, it's all about image. It's height. You know. Sure. I'm sorry.
I know. You're all about curves.
He said a
Yes, I'm a floor model. Anyway,
Jason Hinckley said he saw you 2 years ago in a 7-Eleven. You had no idea who he was.
I don't know who anybody is. I don't even know who my own kids are sometimes.
We got a lot
I'm
of
sorry,
topics going
Jason. I'm
We
so
got
sorry.
7-Eleven.
So we go to the reunion. We have a great time and everything, and then we leave. After that, we go to.
This story's just getting better and better. They went to the reunion,
Wait.
then they left. Wow.
What do you want me to do? You want me to go over everything we did at the fucking reunion?
Well, I'm waiting for
I
a
did-
point here.
I did a little of this at the reunion. All right. I had my drink on. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Wow.
I fucking talked to everybody. I like what I'm doing now. And then we got in the car and we drove away. Right? But that's not all. Wait, it gets
We're
better.
not done.
We're not done.
There is a point. Speed it up.
Shut up. Shut up. We're not on time limit live. There's nothing on after this.
Kim Masonette said she always had a crush on Joe.
Who didn't have a crush on Joe?
I had a crush on Joe.
He had the hair.
It was just when he moves.
So we go to the city. We go to this place
Dancing.
called Carbon. Now, we get there. Now, you picture 5 guys, all dressed out in suits. We walk into Carbon, and it's the, how do you say it?
Latin
No,
and
No, it wasn't Latin.
Let's put it this
was-
way. We were the strobe light.
We were the brightest people in there. Let's put it that way. We were the brightest people in there. It was.
Yep.
Right? And I walked in and I saw this and I said, I'm going to wait out in the limo.
Yeah, I don't feel
feel
good. I
good.
gotta
I'm
go.
going to wait out in the limo.
He stepped 3 steps into it.
I'm talking to him about it, and I go, where are the other 3? And
They're in it.
Charlie, Brian, and Jeff, they're on the dance floor. Oh! And going crazy with everything because it was all like hip hop and all that music they were playing.
Well, yeah, that was your music.
And that's all. And it was, they roll up in there like that, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not staying here.
Brian who?
Brian Flynn.
Brian Flynn.
I think I was with you guys.
Who is that? I don't remember that name.
Huh?
Jimmy
The
Brown.
story's
hair.
from our class. I think I was with you guys.
Yeah, he was in our class, right?
He was
Yeah,
there?
he didn't stay. He was only the last year there.
Is the 10
I don't remember that. I don't remember. How was Jeff? You still talk to Jeff? I like Jeff. He was a good guy. I like Jeff a lot.
You don't see Brian old, do you?
Okay, no, I was with him.
Really?
He's doing good though. He's a nurse.
Really?
Wow.
Good for him. Good for him.
Who's the nurse? Brian Flynn.
Oh.
He's doing very well.
That's a change.
You think?
All right, so George is gone.
I got bagged with him.
You what?
Excuse me?
We were just about to wrap it up.
In the corner. See?
Wait.
I'm supervising the whole thing.
Don't look at me. I had to do that.
Wait, you bagged him?
Yeah, he begged him, all right? He
All
begged
right,
him.
I think it's definitely time to sign off.
Teabagger.
All right, once again,
We're going to go bag and Ted now.
We think too long to have the bathroom.
we're pushing the class of '88 30th reunion, July 21st to Huntington Hilton. If you graduated from Hicksville basically in the 80s, just come on down. Contact George. There's an event page on Facebook. Click there that you're going. And like this page as well. And like the video, share the video, tell all your friends, tell everybody you know about it. We thank you for watching. We'll see you next week with a bunch of different people. It's the other one. It's this one.
The ankle's very thin.
Sorry.
They didn't make it to scale.
Kick him with it.
Hello! Hello!
You're getting a lot of
You
hearts.
get good reception with that? Is that Wi-Fi?
Can you pick up China?
Back to a smart.
Was it made in China? It may have lettuce.
Christina Blackman Kelly said, "See you all in July."
Y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yo.
That's the North Carolina.
All right.
now.
Well, all right,
Yeah.
we're out of here.
Wait,
What? Wait!
But there's
Oh,
more.
yeah.
There's more.
there's more. Go on the 88 reunion and check that you're going so Charlie can start making them.
Right, it's a
Charlie is hand drawing pictures of everybody.
We need to know that you're going.
With a Krylon can.
In between arresting everybody. On the, how do we work?
FBI.
New York State.
He's the FBI ain't doing it, guys.
It's the class of '88 reunion event
This year.
page. So you got to find that.
Don't forget this year.
On what?
Don't forget this year on Facebook. Oh, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sign Joe up. So stay tuned and look for Joe Gonzalez in like an hour. We're signing him up on
Don't
Facebook.
forget to bring in your 85
All right, we'll see you next Tuesday at 9. Thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun.
Salud.
George, Chris, Joe, Charlie, Joel, and
Wait,
John.
wait. Stop.
More.
It's like a big time.
Vinny
buy
Longo,
one now,
Vinny
you get
Longo
two.
on?
Vinny Longo.
Oh, I did.
Was Vinny Longo
He
watching?
said, "What's good, boys?"
What's good? What's up,
Is he
Vinny?
still
Tell
on?
him thank
Vinny
you,
still on?
thank you for the 25-year reunion. It was awesome. We need to see him at the 30-year reunion.
With this
You
crew.
just told him.
You may want to say that
I
again.
know he's on.
Vinny. All right, so special shout out to Vinny? Okay.
Special shout out to Vinny. Because you know what? He really did do a great job the 25-year. You know, we had a great time. I had an awesome time. I hung out with Robin Price and a whole bunch of other people. Ken Chukin. How fun was that?
Chooch was fun.
Chooch was
funny.
fun.
Yeah, he's great.
We had a good time. Good time at the 25-year reunion. Vinny, thank you for putting together the 25-year reunion. Hopefully, we see you at the 30-year.
Well said.
Wow.
Peace.
All right. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys.
Oh, wait.
This is
I just wanted to try it.
All right, we're
We're
out.
out. Peace.
Thank you.
Peace.